Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between green hills, there lived a poor widow and her only son, Jack. Jack was a kind boy, but he was also a little careless and often dreamed of adventures instead of helping his mother with their chores. One morning, Jack's mother sighed as she looked into their empty pantry. "Jack," she said softly, "we have no food left and no money to buy more. You must take our old cow to the market and sell her so we can eat." Jack nodded and set off down the dusty road, leading the cow by a frayed rope. Along the way, he met a strange old man with a long white beard and a cloak covered in patches of green. The man looked at the cow and then at Jack with a twinkle in his eye. "What a fine cow you have," the old man said. "I will trade you these magic beans for her." Jack's eyes widened. "Magic beans? What do they do?" "Plant them," the old man whispered, "and you'll see wonders beyond your wildest dreams." Though Jack knew he should sell the cow for money, his curiosity was too strong. He traded the cow for the beans and ran home to show his mother. When she saw the handful of beans, she gasped in disbelief. "Jack, how could you be so foolish? These beans won't feed us." In anger and despair, she tossed the beans out the window. That night, Jack lay awake, regretting his decision. But as dawn broke, a soft green glow filled his room. He leapt from bed and looked outside. A giant beanstalk had sprung from the earth, stretching high into the clouds. Its leaves glistened with dew, and its stalk was as wide as a tree trunk. Jack felt a shiver of excitement and fear. "This is my chance," he whispered. "I have to be brave." He climbed the beanstalk, higher and higher, until the village disappeared below. Finally, he reached the top and stepped onto a strange land above the clouds. There, he saw a castle so tall its towers pierced the sky. Though his heart pounded, Jack crept inside. The castle belonged to a giant who was rumored to be cruel and greedy. Jack tiptoed through a vast kitchen and found a golden hen sitting on a wooden table. When he picked it up, the hen clucked and laid a shiny golden egg. "This will save my mother and me," Jack thought. But just then, he heard a thunderous voice boom through the halls. "Effie! Sim! I smell the blood of an Englishman!" Jack ducked into a cupboard as the giant stomped into the room. He was taller than any tree Jack had ever seen, with shaggy red hair and enormous boots that shook the floor. The giant sniffed the air suspiciously but finally sat down and began to doze. Jack waited until he heard loud snores. Then he slipped out of the cupboard, took the golden hen, and fled the castle as fast as he could. He scrambled down the beanstalk, clutching the hen to his chest. When he reached home, he showed his mother the golden egg. Her eyes filled with tears of relief. From then on, the golden hen laid an egg every day, and Jack and his mother never went hungry again. But Jack never forgot the fear he felt in the giant's castle or the lesson he learned. He realized that though curiosity can lead to great discoveries, it must be balanced with wisdom. And while bravery had helped him succeed, he knew he could never let greed guide his choices. In time, Jack planted the last magic bean far from their cottage, where it could never tempt him again. He worked hard beside his mother and used the golden eggs to help their neighbors when they were in need. The villagers often asked Jack about his adventure in the clouds, and he would smile and say, "Sometimes courage is climbing a beanstalk to face a giant. But most days, it's doing what is right even when it's hard." And so, Jack grew into a young man who was known not just for his daring, but for his kindness and humility. Moral of the story: true courage is not only found in adventure, it's in taking responsibility and choosing to help others rather than acting out of greed.